In years to come, humans might not be helpful to each other. Imagine waking up in a world where machines handle every element of life, from simple everyday jobs to major decisions that define the future. You no longer have to rely on a doctor to identify a disease. An AI accomplishes so with pinpoint precision. You no longer make financial decisions. Instead, algorithms manage your investments and savings. Doesn't it sound efficient? But here's where things get tense. What happens when machines get so advanced that they no longer require us? What if they began to learn quicker, think smarter, and solve challenges beyond human comprehension? In the not-too-distant future, will humans still matter in the larger scheme of things, or will we become obsolete, mere spectators in an AI-controlled world? The question is not whether AI will take over, but when. Where will we stand when the moment comes? AI did not begin with the mind-blowing advancements we see today. No, it began with something far simpler: rule-based systems. Take them as the forefathers of current AI, systems that follow explicit, preset rules and can only accomplish one task at a time. For instance, a game of chess in which every potential move has previously been planned and the AI merely needs to follow the playbook. This is precisely what IBM's Deep Blue performed when it defeated world champion Garry Kasparov in 1997. At the time, this was innovative. A machine that could outperform the finest human chess mind. It was difficult to grasp. However, Deep Blue was not thinking in the same sense that we do. It was following an elaborate network of rules and analyzing millions of moves in only seconds. Despite its brilliance, it lacked flexibility. If you took it out of the chessboard and asked it to play a different game, Deep Blue would be completely lost. That was the difficulty with rule-based artificial intelligence. It could accomplish only one thing. There was no adaptation, no learning, and no grasp of the larger context. It was as if we had created a computer capable of solving one challenge but oblivious to the world beyond it. This restriction became painfully clear as the world wanted more from technology. We required AI that could comprehend the complexity and subtleties of the actual world rather than merely obey rules. Enter the next stage of AI evolution: context-based systems. Unlike their rule-following predecessors, these AI systems are intended to make conclusions based on a larger context, almost as if they are reading between the lines. Consider asking your virtual assistant about the weather and then casually stating that you're about to go for a walk. Instead of simply providing a prediction, the AI may recommend the best surrounding parks based on the time of day, your interests, and even traffic conditions on the way. It's no longer just a matter of if this, then that. These algorithms can interpret numerous layers of information, determining not just what you're asking, but also why you're asking it. This leap in AI capabilities paved the way for more human-like interactions. Virtual assistants, such as Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa, rose to prominence by providing a more intuitive experience. They weren't just offering prefabricated replies anymore. They were learning from each contact and tailoring their behavior to better meet your demands. And in fields such as healthcare, context-based AI has saved lives. Systems such as IBM Watson may analyze a patient's medical history, genetic profile, and environmental variables to provide personalized treatment regimens, frequently with higher precision than a human doctor. But AI did not end there. It continued to evolve, eventually reaching the level of domain-specific intelligence. This is when things began to get interesting. Instead of attempting to construct AI that could perform all tasks, researchers began developing systems that were specialists in a certain sector. Consider having a machine that is the finest doctor, lawyer, or architect you could ever imagine, but just in that one field. These AI systems were trained using massive volumes of specialized data, resulting in unprecedented expertise in their respective disciplines. Consider self-driving automobiles, for instance. They rely on more than just a few rules or patterns. They are based on a thorough understanding of the road, the cars surrounding it, and human driver behavior. Tesla's autopilot and Uber's AI-powered fleets are domain-specific systems that can navigate difficult settings with increasing proficiency as they collect more data. Consider AI in the medical profession, where systems such as IBM Watson for oncology have access to massive libraries of medical literature, patient information, and genetic data, presenting therapy alternatives that even the most experienced clinicians may ignore. However, the greatest breakthrough occurred when AI began to think and reason, nearly like a person. This is where we enter the domain of thinking and reasoning AI, a big step forward in intelligence. These systems are no longer just obeying instructions or analyzing patterns. They are addressing issues in ways that appear natural, even artistic. Remember AlphaGo, the AI that beat the world's top Go player? It didn't merely obey rules or replicate methods. It invented new ones, doing movements that even the most experienced players had never seen before. This was more than computing. It was imagination, a peak of what AI could accomplish if given the power to think. Then came the next frontier, artificial general intelligence, AGI. This is where AI not only outperforms humans in certain activities, but also matches or exceeds us across a wide variety of abilities. We aren't there yet, but systems like OpenAI's GPT-4 provide a tantalizing peek at what's conceivable. These language models can create poetry, debug code, solve complicated logical issues, and even have a conversation that sounds almost human. What makes AGI so exciting and terrifying is its ability to learn and adapt without explicit training for each task. It may be the ultimate multitasker, seamlessly transitioning between scientific studies, creative writing, and even emotional counseling. If AGI thrills you, artificial superintelligence, ASI, may keep you awake at night. This is when things become extremely perplexing. ASI refers to systems that not only match human intellect but outperform it in every manner. Imagine an intellect so evolved that it could solve humanity's most difficult problems in a single blink of an eye. Curing illnesses, stopping climate change, and colonizing other planets are all plausible scenarios. But here's the catch. Such intelligence may bring existential concerns. How can we govern a system that surpasses us in every way? How can we verify that its aims are consistent with ours? The concept of ASI involves deep ethical problems, which we have just recently begun to address. And if you believe ASI is the end of the queue, guess again. The final and maybe most disturbing stage of AI advancement is self-aware AI. Consider a machine that knows not just the world, but also itself. It is aware of its own existence, has ideas, and may even experience emotions. This is no longer just science fiction. Academics are currently investigating the possibility of computer awareness. What if an AI could experience fear, love, or sadness? What if it developed its own wants, objectives, or ethical principles? The consequences of self-aware artificial intelligence are startling. Do such machines deserve rights? Could they be considered living creatures? These are questions we may have to answer sooner than we realize. The fact is that we are on the verge of a revolution that will transform not only technology, but also the fabric of civilization. Artificial intelligence is no longer a faraway fantasy or a futuristic notion. It has here and is changing everything. The question is not whether we are prepared for the future, but whether we can keep up. As AI evolves at an unprecedented rate, we are seeing changes in businesses that were previously based purely on human intellect. From healthcare to banking, these innovations are breaking down boundaries and addressing issues quicker than ever before. But, despite all of these advancements, there remains one underlying concern that cannot be ignored. How will people and robots live in the long run? While we marvel at AI's skills, we must also examine the delicate balance between realizing its full potential and preserving the distinctively human elements that form our world. This equilibrium may soon determine the future of innovation. So when we venture into the bright new realm of artificial intelligence, the possibilities are both exciting and dangerous. We're developing robots that can outthink, outlearn, and maybe even outfeel us. However, with each new discovery, we must also address the underlying questions. In a world where machines outperform humans, what does humanity mean? Will AI be our greatest ally or our most fearsome adversary? One thing is certain, the voyage is far from done. The fundamental question is, how far are we willing to go?